Hey, Curtis. Chris Jenkins from Charlotte Vibe. Good to see you, sir. Hey, Matt Rule has talked about position flexibility and even talking about having to borrow some techniques from high school, if you will, as far as having guys play offense and defense. Robbie Anderson talked about how this offense give everybody a chance to shine. Can you share with us what your experience has been like as far as how you're going to fit into this offense with the new coaching staff? Are you going to be running the ball? What all might you be doing?
I'm not gonna really get into the details and spoil it and give people hints of what's to come. But with my skill set, not to talk too much about myself, but with my skill set, the ability to do so much, outside, inside, and play running back, a lot of experiences playing different places, in my career, that definitely gives me the flexibility to do more, So we practicing hard and we just looking forward to what's to come.
Curtis, Ashley Mahoney with the Charlotte Post. I believe belated birthday wishes are
Thank
definitely
you.
appropriate for you. I hope it was a good one despite the pandemic. And something that Tahir White had said just now is that the receiving core with this particular group, they are the thing of nightmares, which is ideal for you guys and, of course, not so much for opposing defenses. How do you feel about this year's receiving core?
It's going to be a great year. There's so much speed in our room, so much speed. You got guys that can just blaze by you. That's a threat, and that's something that we have to our advantage. A lot when we line up against other teams, against defenses, they know they got to get running. So we could do so many things with so many guys in our room, and I'm happy to be where I'm at.
Hey, Curtis, David Newton, mighty nice dancing on your birthday video there. That was cool. Following up on that, give me some examples of where the speed, not just of you, but the speed of having multiple guys like you as fast as you are, examples of how that has helped you on offense or will help this offense.
It's just, probably some teams you probably could pinpoint where the deep ball is coming from. Just because based off of if they got big guys, a small guy over here, a big guy over here, a little guy over here, so having three guys out on the field or four, however many, however we do on the field, you can't determine where the deep ball is coming from because we got so many guys that could just run right by you that it keeps the defense, guessing who's running deep, who's not running deep, and, them knowing that whoever they match up on, that they got to get running. So.
Follow up on that. Is Teddy one of the negatives people says he can't throw a deep ball well? What have you seen from him on that?
People gonna talk. All we're gonna do is focus and keep going out there each and every day. Keep working on what we got to work on, and we're gonna do great.
Hey, Curtis.
Josh Graham, Sports Hub Triumph. You go right ahead.
Thanks, man. This is Bob Simmons from Panthers.com. Curious about a couple things about Teddy Bridgewater. Just generally, what have been your impressions of him, and what does it mean? What has it meant, I guess, to have a quarterback who already knew the system from Joe Brady coming into this season?
Teddy, he's a great leader. Fun guy, great guy to be around. But the thing about not having OTAs, we just want to be around each other. We enjoy each other. What I'm saying? Each and every day we go out there for practice. We want to give it our all out there on the field and, compete.
Curtis, Elena Getzenberg, Charlotte Observer. Good to see you. I was wondering for you, I know you don't want to get into too many details on what your role looks like in this offense, but what are your goals for this season? Like, what are you kind of setting up for yourself to accomplish this year?
It's just to get better, make more big plays for my team. And, whenever I got the ball in my hands, be dynamic. That's why I'm here. And, that's what the coaches expect from me. That's what I expect of myself. Just to go out there and be a dynamic player, do what I've been doing my whole life and make things happen.
When Joe Brady, Josh Graham, Sports Hub Triumph, when Joe Brady describes your Ohio State days, he speaks from experience because he was at Penn State when you guys faced in 2016 as an assistant. I'm just curious, when you guys are talking about what your role's going to be, how does he describe it to you?
Like I said, I'm not going to really go into the details, but I mean, I sort of had an idea of, what my role was going to be coming into the season. And, different things that I can do. But, each and every day when we go out there in that practice field, I'm excited because I know it's something special. I know we're going to have a good time, learning the system, going out there running the plays, actually everybody being together, just back to playing football. So I'm excited to be around the coaches, be around Joe. It's going to be great.
Curtis, hope you're doing well. Wondered if there were reports in the offseason that teams were calling the Panthers to see if you might be available via trade. What did that say to you, and just in terms of other teams' interest? And then did you kind of call Marty or have your agent call Marty and kind of see where things stood?
I'm not really worried about that. We passed that point. I'm a Carolina Panther, right now. So, my focus and my goals is, just to get better each and every day. Like Coach Rue say, get 1% better. So, I can't be worried about the past or whatever happens. I just got to be focused on now and getting better and helping this team out.
Curtis, hey, Josh from the Riot Report. I know you don't want to focus on the past, but there's been a lot made of how open you were last year and maybe the ball didn't get into your hands as it should have. Were there times last season when you were frustrated? Obviously, frustrating season all around, but you personally, was that frustration did it ever happen last year?
No, not at all. Well, once again, last year is last year. My job is to, just try to get open and, give the quarterback a read to somewhere to throw the ball. Sometimes I may run a bad route. Sometimes quarterback may throw a bad ball, but it is what it is. I can't get frustrated about it. It's about going on to the next play, keep executing at the highest level that I possibly can, and, and the ball to find me.
Curtis, one thing the media were missing is being able to be around you guys and see who's coming early, who's staying late, what the vibe is like. In your own words, can you share a little bit on your thoughts on the process?
It's a great process. I mean, we back in football camp. It's time to go. It's ready to roll. You got a game in a couple of weeks. So it's time to up things up a little bit. You want to get in, get your work done. You want to be where your feet is. You just want to pay attention to all the details and each and everything, get the job done in the weight room, take care of your body. It's a nonstop process. And, we just want to make sure that we're right for when the season starts.
And what's the vibe like, though?
It's a fun group. I mean, y'all been in the locker room. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. We're excited to be out there. And, when we got our time, we enjoy each other.
Curtis, Jonathan Alexander with the Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. I'm wondering, how have you grown from last season, and what were the things that you really focused on this past offseason?
Just really just not focusing on what happened last play. Just moving on and just retraining my brain to, all right, whatever happened last play, just move on from that and just keep getting better, and just stay focused throughout the whole game. No matter whatever happens, what's going on, just stay focused. Working on more speed, trying to get faster. There's no such thing as too much speed. Working on that footwork, just everything, trying to become a better receiver, a better player with the ball in my hands, just working on different things.
Has it sunk in yet, Curtis, that there's not going to be Ohio State football this fall?
No, not really. I haven't really been paying too much about it. I just know from my experience, I had a great time playing football at The Ohio State University. I had a great, amazing 3-year career there. And, hopefully they'll figure out something.
Hey, Vincent from the Riot Report. Let's go real quick. Let's go Vincent, then we'll go to Mike. Hey, Curtis. Vincent Richmond from the Riot Report. You mentioned the value of having a speedy duo on offense in terms of forcing defenses to respect that deep ball all the time. Could you talk a little bit about maybe how it benefits the guys working underneath and the space it creates underneath because of that vertical threat all the time?
Oh yeah, definitely. When you have speed at receiver, a lot of cornerbacks or whatever the system they playing in, they tend to, they probably not going to press you. So that opens up the quick passes underneath, or whether you got a guy that's pressing, you could go deep. It opens up a lot of things because a lot of defenses and a lot of safeties, they want to back up, You know, they tend to want to play back because they know the speed that they have, which allows tight ends or other receivers doing underneath routes or even tailbacks. You know, it opens up so much more when you got speed because a lot of guys start to back up and then create that cushion and that space underneath.
Curtis, Mike Solarte, Spectrum News 1. Good to see you again. Protocols aside and the distancing aside, you guys usually, in every Panther team I've ever covered, have always talked about how close-knit everybody is, how tight of a unit you guys are, how much of a family you are, and you've even kind of addressed how happy you are to be around the guys. But because of the distancing, is it tougher to build that bond with your teammates because you're not with each other the way you normally would be with each other in meetings and that sort of thing? The only time you guys are close is on the field.
Right. I mean, it's just really just keeping that 6 feet distance, you know, maximizing our time on the field, not worry about too many distractions. When we on the field, we got to worry about work, you know, just because of everything going on, the pandemic and everything. Is about maximizing our time that Coach Rule give us on the practice field. And that's going to help us become a better team. You know, everybody want that time off the field, but, you know, we got to deal with whatever situation we're given. And we're not going to let this stop or hinder us from doing anything. You know, we just going to take advantage of everything, every opportunity that we get out there on the field.
But is it tougher to build that bond with your teammates when the only time you really spend is on the field?
No, not really, because we got a lot of guys in the locker room with similar characters. So a lot of people is just alike. So it's pretty easy to you know, bond with somebody when you can kind of see that they're just like you.
Thanks.
Couple more, guys.
Curtis, we asked Eli Apple this same question, but what does a 24-year-old birthday party look like in the midst of a pandemic? What'd you do on your birthday? How did it go?
See, for me, I've been in football camp mostly my whole life. So put the pandemic aside, I can't do anything anyways. You know, my whole life I've been in football camp, you know, sleeping wherever I'm at, hotel, college campus, you know, but it's exciting for me to know that I'm in camp and everything, and I'm getting all the love from my family, my teammates, you know, a bunch of people texting me, calling me. You know, that's all I ask for. You know, I don't want a big birthday. I don't really care too much about it. But the love and the respect that I get from my peers and, you know, family and everybody, that's all I really care about.
Curtis, we talked
hold on a second. Just a minute. Real quick, let's go Joe, and then David, I heard you, and we'll end right there.
Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, to hear just a minute ago, Curtis talked about how he's staying in the hotel just to kind of be extra safe with his family and his kids. I wonder if you're taking advantage of that, and any thoughts on these teams that voluntary bubbles during camp and or the season?
No, my thing is, you know, you want to respect other people's space. You know, some people got to go home to a family. Some people got to go home to their mom or dad, whoever the case may be. So, you know, just stay to yourself. Stay 6 feet from the next person. You know, me personally, I stay, you know, at my apartment by myself. So, you know, I respect other people's, you know, situation, whether they're with their family and everything. So I just make sure I stay safe and keep my mask on and stay protected.
Curtis, I got to ask you this every year, who's the fastest player on the team? So if you guys lined up all the receivers, who would social distance himself from the other?
That's a funny way to put it. I'm gonna always say I'm a competitor. I'm never gonna say I'm not the fastest, you know, but who knows?
To follow up on that, though, do you know of another group in the receivers in the NFL that might be faster?
I ain't worried about everybody else. You know, I'm worried about the group of guys that we got in our room and how fast we are. You know, we worry about ourselves. The sky's the limit.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Curtis. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, Curtis.